Good evening, everyone. What is going on? Episode 71 of the South Florida's Gaming Podcast. I am your host, the Silverback Senpai. Across the table from me is my co-host, Waluigi.
Good evening, folks. Wow, it's been a couple weeks, hasn't it?
Yes, it has been.
You need to start singing his name from now on.
No, I'm not doing that. No.
Waluigi!
I can't. I've never seen this man sing. But anyways, right now we have our latest guest, ChannelForbus.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, depending on wherever you are actually tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. So first
I gotta
off,
get rid of that square that's on the screen from on my camera.
Oh, good.
Go ahead with the intro.
bruh. So you really calling me a square metaphorically, bro? You suck, bro. You know what I mean? Damn, shake my hand, man. Shake my hand.
Too early for this.
It's too early.
Minor setbacks as we go. That's what makes us more fun and live.
Like, come on, like, you gotta freestyle, Joe. You know, it's like yo,
Okay.
Silverback Senpai is calling me a square. Like, you know, what I mean, that's bars right
No,
there.
he's just saying you're in shape.
Yeah.
I'm a king of dad jokes. I can't.
Thank you.
Someone that appreciates
Fine. Oh my. Oh shit.
Switch it to the main camera while we get this fixed up. Oh goodness.
Fire.
We have to start strong for reviewers.
Oh come on, man! Like we gotta keep people entertained.
So, where did the name ChannelForbus came from, anyways?
ChannelForbus literally came from me performing.
Oh snap!
Yeah. So, believe it or not, there's performing and YouTube, both at the same time.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm actually a rapper slash producer, right?
cool as heck.
Plus content creator. So what happened is that I was actually in downtown Miami, and RIP. I mean, Miami's being gentrified, so you know what I mean. I hope that we actually like figure out what it is. But Brickell used to be an art district.
Really?
Oh, hell yeah!
I'm not a true Floridian, so I always like learn some new
Nah,
bits and
man.
pieces.
Like I used to perform at a place called The Stage. If you've ever seen America's Got Talent, American Idol, if you know
Yes.
who Yoli Mayor is, I used to perform with her. To be honest with you.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. That venue no longer exists. It's all Givenchy and stuff like that. So like the first time I ever actually performed on stage, I went by Forbus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
So when I told people what my channel name was, because everybody followed the TV thing. So it was
Yeah.
Joe Budden TV. It was, let's say, it would be Waluigi TV, Silverback Senpai TV, South Florida Gamer TV,
Yeah.
right? And I wanted to be different. So instead of being Forbus TV, and I started off with Forbus TV, I'm just like, I sound generic. So
Yeah.
Channel 4 Bus. So I literally have an announcement video where I actually did that.
That's
so
actually a really cool origin, like for your name.
yeah, so when I actually announced, hey, follow me, my @name is ChannelForbus, and everybody in the room was like, yo, that's the coolest sounding name. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
it has a nice like flow to it.
so I'm like, well, I guess that's my name now, because like I just really wanted to be called as Forbus, but ChannelForbus just stuck with the people.
Yeah.
So the people gave me my name. So I can't even front about that. You know what I mean? So I can't even say that that's 100% me.
Yeah, you're tuning live here in South Florida Gamers Podcast with ChannelForbus. Like that sounds cool. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, so we got the name. What got you into gaming, anyways?
I mean, as a kid, forget that. Let's just talk about everybody in general, right? Because everybody, as far as a child is concerned, the first thing that they teach you is how to play a game. In order for you to learn a language, they make it a game. In order for you to
Yeah.
to learn anything, like you look at anything that's educational, right?
Yeah.
Fisher Price, everything like that. You notice that they always actually try to make it a game, so it
Yeah.
actually keeps you engaged and stuff like that. So obviously that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But as
Yeah.
far as like true gaming, actually I have to give a lot of credit to my big brother. My big brother was the first one who actually took me to video arcades with the coin machines and stuff like
those are
that.
the classics. I respect
Yeah, you
those.
know what I'm saying? So it's like my brother used to love driving, so I used to follow him doing pole position.
Those are pole position.
Pause. But pole position.
I didn't mean it like that, but wow, you're right. But yeah, that's like one of those classic old school like serious racing games.
Yeah, that's why I actually started my gaming. That's real. Like, if you want to talk about my gaming experience, like when my first introduction to games was pole position.
Huh. That's a first actually.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, I got some dust on me, man. I'm trying to graduate to mold.
Some dust on you.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so, but
Yeah, you know what I mean?
All right, we're just gonna work with the camera for what we got.
Man, I don't give a damn, man. Yo, everybody give a round of applause for Silverback Senpai, man. Like, come on. No, shake my hand. Shake my hand. Look, for everybody here that is actually watching this podcast, that actually been
Or
watching
listening.
the streams and listening and looking at these streams or whatever, you are seeing me holding his hand. It's not because I'm in love with him, but I do love him. Okay, but
I almost choked on my water.
shut up. But please give this man his flowers, and like, let me actually give you your flowers right now. You see what you do for the gaming community down here in South Florida?
Yeah.
As far as anybody here down here in South Florida, a lot of times, other than the whole music industry, people just think that South Florida is just one way. Thank you for actually making a platform or creating a platform for other people to realize, like, hey, I don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. So, formally, let me actually give you your flowers right now, and thank you for
I
putting in
appreciate
the
that.
effort that you are doing right now.
I appreciate it.
Flawless victory.
Feel me?
All right, so I want to know your gaming background, your origin story. Like, what got you into games? my guy?
Well, besides pole position, pause again.
That's still funny.
I mean, it's actually hilarious. So let me actually turn this around, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, where are you from originally?
New York.
My guy. I know you Haitian background, correct?
Yes.
Where were you born and raised?
Here.
Here. Okay, cool. So I was born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago, right? So you tell me, as far as your gaming history, have you or have you not gotten your ass whooped for staying in a video arcade for too goddamn long and you supposed to find your ass home?
No.
No.
Well, shit, I'm the only one. All right. Podcast over. That was me. That was me. I was that kid trying to escape. If you know what I'm saying? And like, that just really what it is, because not necessarily to say that I was like the most destitute of situations, but my video games was actually my escape, where I felt like I wanted more out of life, and like it actually helped me escape. You know, from that kind of stuff. And I think the number one thing that actually gravitated for me was, believe it or not, adventure and fighting games. Adventures actually told me a story, and fighting
Yeah.
games
Yeah.
is like where you feel like you're fighting out of poverty. You're fighting against something. You're fighting for
Yeah.
you're fighting for something. Whether
Yeah.
it be a girl, whether it be for money, like fighting for a better life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, video games actually helped me actually get there. And I mean, it's just really an escape. I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, video games for most people is actually a fantasy world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
I agree with that.
Right?
too.
And you know, and like the thing that sucks is that shit, back in those days, parents like, man, you just open this guy, they ain't gonna do you whatever. It's like, shit. Now you see like people like Punk, the Daigos, the Quanos, you know what I'm saying? It's like, these guys is making money. They're not necessarily making, you know, the greatest of money, but they are actually living comfortable, doing exactly what they love.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know, it's harmful to me, like, as far as that narrative, but I'm glad that the world has actually changed in this direction, which is cool. But I mean, really, it's just like, sometimes an escape is actually a good thing. An escape is actually good to actually make people become creative.
Yeah, because it provides you an opportunity to just, you know, take your mind off of whatever's going on in your own personal life, that you could just, you know, relax, unwind, maybe enjoy the story mode of a game, or if you're playing competitively, you know, have a couple of matches or whatnot, just so that you can get through the day. You don't have to think about today, especially if you have like a very long work day like I did. Then
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna, first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna chill, shower, get something to eat, then you go play games up until the time it's like, I gotta go to bed, I got work in the morning, and then you rinse and repeat all over again. And then when you have your day off, then you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna handle my business, I'm gonna handle some errands real quick.
I don't feel like doing shit.
Honestly,
I just want to escape.
that's
That's
real talk. That's literally real talk.
Like, yeah, for real. Like, I have those days too where it's just like, bro, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to just chill, just play games, or just play games and just relax. Just take it easy today.
I just want to clear my mind, enjoy something, have some kind of imagination, an open mind, and see what this story has to tell. I enjoy that.
And just for the record, so I'm gonna actually put a question to both of you guys.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
So, one of my favorite games as far as storytelling is concerned is Metal Gear Solid. The Metal Gear Solid series.
Okay.
I miss games with stories with that intricate, where it actually blurred the lines of real life versus someone actually giving a narrative.
Yeah.
Do you guys miss that as well? I don't think not enough games do that.
Intricate stories.
You do have a solid point because some of the games that
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
You have a point, guys. There are some games that I've played, like JRPGs, and then of course your traditional RPGs, where they do tell a story from start to finish, but not to the levels of Metal Gear Solid, to where you're really thinking about, man, does that really happen in real life? And I remember the one game that stuck out to me was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Great game.
Oh my.
And after you're done with the game, like after you completed everything, you just be like, instead of saying, man, that was a great game, you're just sitting there just like having really deep thoughts about
Reality.
Exactly. Like, is this really how it is in reality, to where this is the villain, but the government sets up this person to be the villain, so that way that person is pretty much a spy to the other country, and you're just getting intel from this person, and it's just so.
But look at where we at now, though.
I know.
Yeah.
But it gives you that thought, like, man, like you really think about the game. Like once you're done with it, you're like, man, like this game gives you like that thought of, does this shit happen in real life? Or I could see this happening in real life, because the fact that you're taking a video game that's telling like a fantasy story, but there's also some real world elements being added into the game
It
that
blurs
gives
the lines.
it blurs the line, and then of course it makes the game stand out on its own, telling this great narrative story, and then you're still thinking about the game later, years on, like how deep can you go with this game, especially with the lore. You look at games like Metal Gear Solid 2, I forgot the name. Is it Sons of the Patriots, or I forgot?
Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty, yes.
Okay, I was ready to look it up.
Same thing with that game. And then Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. It's just like, man, how far can you really go with the game and just tell a story like that? Granted, people do give Hideo Kojima some shit, and then of course some will say that he's overrated, but you got to give him respect and props for...
Wait, who said he's overrated?
There's not many. There's quite a few.
Yeah.
Get. All right, never mind. I'm gonna stand down.
Death Stranding and stuff.
Because
that
that's all right. If you're talking about games, cool. But I'm talking about creativity. Leave that man alone.
Yeah.
He's untouched, man.
Game wise, not creativity wise. I respect that man heavily.
And funny enough, he also wanted to be a movie producer, but they didn't accept him as a
Metal Gear Solid in itself was a movie. What are we talking about?
If it
Right?
truly became
he
a
actually
movie,
is the first person to me, like when I was actually playing video games, aside from who on the SNES, the SNES,
the original.
No, the game, the actual console. Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger was the only other game that actually that gave you that cinematic feel. He took it above and beyond when it came down to Metal Gear Solid 2. So as far as that is concerned, give that man his flowers, man. Like he was the first person that really gave you a movie in a game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like we just gonna leave it right there.
Yeah, and speaking about movies like, movie games or whatnot, or games that are like a movie because they're telling a story. You can look at God of War, the fourth one, and then God of War Ragnarok. You can look at The Last of Us Part 1 and, of course, Part 2.
Oh, careful with that last one.
I haven't played those games.
Good.
Okay, so what's your favorite cinematic games? I love that I can actually flip it on you guys because this is interesting right now.
Cinematic
So
game.
what is your favorite cinematic video games that you've actually played?
I would say I've watched my family play when I was younger, but Heavy Rain. That game, there's so many choices.
No. You get one of these. You get one of these, bro. Heavy Rain.
Because every action has a consequence no matter what you do. You can either become the villain, you help the villain, you stop the villain, but you still
I forgot about Heavy Rain.
you have a sense of guilt no matter what you do, and the consequences do it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's insane. Like, I had to rewatch some playthroughs. Like, I think I personally want to play it myself and stream it.
Oh, you never played it?
I watched, like, my own family play this.
Dog, that game was fire.
Yes, it was. Just watching it.
Okay, but that was a good one. Okay.
I would say for me, it would have to be Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots. That would be it for me.
Then if we're going for cliche cinematics, I would say, like, back then it was felt like it considered a movie. I would say the Assassin's Creed franchise before before Black Flag. It got way too Ubisoft oversaturated it.
Yeah, because they kept pumping out nothing but Assassin's Creed games over and over.
Assassin's Creed was great up until Ezio died.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, the last great, amazing Assassin's Creed was when Ezio died. That was 3, right?
Ezio or yeah, there was like it was number 2, but 3 different games.
Right, I get, but up
Two
the
Brotherhood
saga
Revelations.
when Ezio Auditore died as an old man was the last
Revelations.
amazing. Right, that was the last amazing Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Yo, someone said screw Last of Us. That's crazy. All right.
Oh, that's my homie.
You know what I'm saying? But Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed for me went downhill after the death of Ezio Auditore.
Yeah.
To me,
It doesn't feel like a movie anymore, but I do respect what the new aspect are going for, like Valhalla and Odyssey, where you discover history. They go over historic moments within these times, but that's
I think with the fact that you actually jumped around with like, I get it. Assassin's Creed has a boundless history that they can play with.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then I want to say after the mobile game with the Chinese one was good.
Oh yeah, they had a mobile game.
Yeah, the Chinese mobile game was actually fire. It actually was fire in the Chinese game. But when they started making Russia and Arabia and all this sort of stuff, it's just like, all right, now you're just reaching just to keep on stretching the franchise and water it
It
down.
didn't feel like a cinematic piece. It felt more like a cash grab,
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
because Assassin's Creed doesn't play like the same game anymore.
No, it does
You're
not.
not more assassin. You're just more like straight up guns blazing, fighting, and everything.
Yeah, so they pretty much just
They just kept the name.
they kept the name and they just went away with the formula that they had that made them what they were in the very beginning, which was you're being an assassin, and of course you're learning about these historical events, and of course you also have the character development as well, along with it, and of course you're also telling a story. Now, as I see Assassin's Creed from the very beginning, I've never played Assassin's Creed, but I've always saw it from afar, and
I
to
have
see
to
where it
put it
was, like, at the very beginning to what it is now, just like, y'all have completely shifted away from the formula. Like, now I see that their next game is going to be somewhere in, like, feudal Japan with ninjas and whatnot.
It's just like they're following
It's too
trends.
late for that. To me, it's too late for that.
Honestly,
y'all watered down the franchise too much to where people don't care anymore.
back and forth and back and forth all
Like
the time.
y'all back and forth, like both of you guys said, it's a cash grab. So y'all done a cash grab. So I don't care if the story is phenomenal right now. Y'all literally damn near lost your core audience. And oops, my bad.
Yeah, you're fine.
Like y'all damn near lost your core audience, and it's disgusting, right?
Yeah, because you completely moved on from the original formula that worked, and you didn't. And instead of you improved it, yeah, but you're literally going away from what made you a success to the point where it's just like people don't care about it no more because the fact that you've diluted it so much. It's only for so long. You can enjoy something for what it is to the point where it's just like the more you keep changing it, it doesn't taste the same no more.
All right, so check this question. Like someone actually made a comment in the chat, right? So I'm actually do this and segue to actually ask you. It's bad
right.
that you guys
This episode is about you.
That's cool, but I like it. I like to interrogate you guys too, but I like what this guy said.
No.
He's a different breed.
Yeah, he's a different breed.
No, I like this comment. Right when I played the first Assassin's Creed, I thought I bought a different game.
Mm-hmm.
So where you actually bought a game and you actually got surprised that you got something else, it's just like, oh,
Your expectations just shifted.
right.
Yeah.
So interrogation mode again.
Go on.
When is the last game, or was the first game that you remember playing where your expectations completely shifted and you wasn't mad about it? And I'm gonna double that up.
That's a good question.
What is the last game where you think they actually let the fans down, where they should have had a sequel, and if they never dropped the sequel, what disappointed you about it? So,
That's a deep ass question.
Yep. So I will answer that question before you guys answer it.
Oh, thank God.
Quantum Break.
Ooh.
Amazing bloody game because the game felt like I was watching a TV series and the gameplay was on point. I wanted a sequel to that so
Game was
bad.
disappointing me.
And that game was amazing. I told you I was going to put you guys on the spot.
I know. This left me in an awkward situation. This is a new one.
To see this man eyebrows touch his hairline is unique.
Yeah, like
I got nothing. I got nothing.
the last game that threw off my
got you, Dad.
expectation.
I got nothing.
That actually impressed me was a game called Carry On. I've only talked about this once in the podcast, but they classify it. It's on Xbox, but called a reverse horror theme, where you're playing as the monster instead of a survivor.
Oh, I've seen that.
And it's 16. I think it's 8 to 16 bits. So you're going around absorbing creatures. They explain a story, but there's no like subtitles, lines, or anything. You just hear screams of certain people like asking for help and such because you're consuming them.
Yeah.
And like the ending was very nice. It's like it could be anybody, and it just like throws you off because you're a creature learning intelligence
Okay.
as you're playing. But that threw me off, and it's a quick little indie game. Maybe it'll take less than 2 hours to play, 3 hours if you grind it, because that's what took me to go 100%.
Okay. Indie games, yes or no? Do you think we need more or do we need less of those?
More.
More indies, less AAA games, or at least if you're gonna release AAA games, then not so often.
Which platform has the better indie games?
PC.
Yeah,
PC has.
hands down.
Yeah, PC has. PC's the best platform for indie
so
games.
Xbox, Microsoft, pretty much.
No, just PC like Steam.
Steam is very diverse. It's very open. You
Yeah.
have a lot of indie creators going in and getting their stuff noticed.
I still say my favorite indie game is the dishwasher. I don't care what anybody says.
Dishwasher.
The dishwasher. For your,
I don't know if I
you know what I'm
should
talking
ask.
about?
I actually don't either.
If you look up the dishwasher, for anybody in the chat right now, look up the dishwasher. It is the most beautifully violent game that you will ever play in your life. Trust me. If you like 2D platformer, Street Fighter kind of teleporting, yeah. The dishwasher. Trust me, you love it.
It looks like a 32-bit.
It's fire.
Oh, okay, I can respect this.
It's my favorite indie game ever.
But Steam definitely has an open opportunity for like indie artists to have their time to shine. Certain people can develop. Because I found out about a game called Two Strikes by accident. Because I was looking for Sam Show, another fighting game similar to it.
Two Strikes is fire.
Yeah, it's similar to Bushido Blade.
I've actually seen a couple of clips of it.
Like, it is a punishing game. Like, 2 hits and you're done. Like, that's it. Game over. I was so pissed when I played it.
Oh, so you don't mess with what is it, Hellish Court?
I've never played it, actually.
You messing up, bro. Hellish Court. For the record, I'm a fighting game guy.
All right, so then let us ask you, since this episode is about you,
Oh,
then
yes.
all right, so what got you into fighting games?
I appreciate the struggle. I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, especially right now in 2023, people struggle to pay their bills. People struggle to hold their relationships together. People, you know what I mean? It's like, just for me, it's like I feel like I've dealt with that. I mean, I think everybody to some degree have struggled with something their entire life. You know what I mean? And just like we actually spoke about earlier, as far as being able to escape. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's good to actually go into a realm where you actually feel that you have a chance to be the victor.
Yeah.
Fighting games actually gave me that, right? And when it came down to it, got my hands when I saw Street Fighter for the first time. I'm like, oh no. I gotta put the gloves on, you know what I mean? Everybody has thrown Hadouken in the goddamn mirror, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody's done that, you know what I mean? So just me is like that's just me. It's just like a video would just give me a chance to I could actually write my own. It give me the opportunity and the ambition to actually be a hero in my own story. You know what I'm saying? It's like whether you escape, but at least you escape for a little bit. Like sometimes, like this will sound silly, because as a kid, I really tried to mold my life after the characters that I was playing when I actually play video games. So it's like I felt like I had a little bit more confidence actually when you see the "you win" screen.
Yeah, I see that. You develop a personality that could be befitting to what you form.
Yeah.
I understand that the concept because I had a similar like aspect when I was younger.
Yeah, so it's like that. It's just having that little bit of confidence where you just feel like you just have nothing. You know what I mean? That little bit actually just does a little bit, like even for a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can respect that.
me too.
So Street Fighter is what got you started. So have you played every Street Fighter?
I can honestly tell you yes.
Dang.
All of them. Okay.
Well, actually,
like even a
the only
remix?
Street Fighter I have not played was Street Fighter 1.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, you're not. That's really just a.
So
2D
the
platformer.
first Street Fighter 2 World Warrior, I was putting the coins in the machine. I was that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would actually honestly say, well, obviously I played Street Fighter 1 on an emulator, but to me that doesn't count. Have I played Street Fighter? Have I played every Street Fighter? Logically, yes, I have.
Understandable.
But to me, Street Fighter 1, if I have not put the
quarter.
it doesn't count.
Ah,
Doesn't
gotcha.
count.
All right, that I respect.
yeah.
So, all right, so I didn't play. For me, I did not play all of the Street Fighters, but I would say the most notable one for me would be Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 was the most notable one because I think that was the first fighting game on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 where it was the first fighting game you could play online. And I remember the chaos that game was.
On the first release? Jesus Christ.
I didn't even know how to play Street Fighter.
Yo, if you did not know how to play any fighting games, like
You are done.
you were done. And of course, people would have their mics on, and the slander and the shit talking.
God, I feel like I dodged a bullet at a young age.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Like that was a moment that you really had to be there for when Street Fighter 4 came out for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Whichever platform that you had it on, you was talking shit that whole night,
Bro.
I'm gonna be real.
or you was getting shitted on that night.
Oh, wait, watch this. Watch this.
Dear God,
How many times you got called the N-word, bro?
A lot,
same.
a lot.
Same for Mortal Kombat. So, ironically,
What is the most hilarious moment you got called the N-word?
Spamming command grab with Zangief.
That's sinister.
I think the most hilarious time I was actually playing Halo, the first Halo,
Oh boy.
and all right, Waluigi, like
I understand.
You get it, right?
yes.
This guy knows how much of a troll I am, right? But at the same time, he understands I back it up. So this one kid was calling me, and blah, 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 blah. All right, cool, right?
Yeah.
But you know they always say online, right? And this is the only thing that I miss about back in the days about playing video games. If you're gonna talk your shit back in it.
Yeah.
You know what they always say online? Remember back in those days? If you was in my city X, Y, and Z, where you at?
Please tell me you said.
Zoom in. This camera right here, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
This
God.
fool dropped his location and he was 20 minutes away.
That's the first time I've heard someone say that.
This fool dropped his location and he was 20 minutes away. I'm like, you mean where the Shell gas station is over there? That's over here and these is across streets? You never seen anyone logged off so goddamn fast.
That's the first time I've heard someone say that. To talk shit and get hit.
Dead ass. I'm just like, you really want to smoke?
That's old school. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like, all right.
Hey, even you gotta respect that.
Yeah.
I have to. That's,
Yeah,
that's
because it's just like,
beautiful.
yo, if you're going to talk your shit and you
you at?
really about that life, all right, let's meet.
Back then, and this is not to expose it, but this is one of the questions that was posed, right?
Yes.
This is what I miss about old school video gaming with the cabins, right? And this is why. Shout out to Flynn's Arcade. Get your good taste of the old, yeah. Shameless plug. Shout out to Flynn's Arcade. Love these guys. Please come over here. Bring your kids. Let them understand what an old school ass whooping is. You feel what I'm saying? If you gonna talk, you can talk all that shit online. Watch this.
can't.
You know what I miss? Back then, when I used to be playing in Trinidad and Tobago, dude, we used to put up our own money.
Oh, you money matched.
Yes.
You fucking money matched.
We had money. We gave our $20 to somebody else to hold. And we got it in Street Fighter, Samurai Showdown, King of Fighters. And you were elbow to elbow, sweaty knuckles. You sweating on each other,
Yeah.
spitting on each other. Right?
That sounds right.
But if you talking trash, you right there. If you gotta
Yeah.
go that way,
Yeah.
you go that way. These days they just talk all that trash and they have no repercussions. You see,
Yeah.
back then, guess what? You either losing the money out of your pocket instantaneously, or you gotta knuckle up outside.
Exactly.
Oh, the old
And
school
I
days.
wish these kids over here that be talking blah, 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 there's no repercussions.
Nada.
And I wish we need. Man, don't get me started. I'm sorry.
Nah.
fine.
No, you're good because
That's funny.
I grew up during that time.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I grew up
You're
around
right.
that time, which is like,
Right, you're right.
if you're gonna talk shit, you're gonna back it up.
Back it up. Put it with your own money or put it up with your own knuckles.
Exactly.
I miss that.
I was just simply muted
Because
most of
after
the
you
time.
knuckle up, afterwards, I will never forget, man. Samurai Showdown 1.
Oh no. Oh
Samurai
fucking no.
Showdown 1. Gal Ford was my guy. I was maybe 14 or 15 years old. I mastered Gal Ford. And I'm not, dude, this ain't online. I'm on the sticks. Between my knuckles was bleeding.
Jeez.
Because I used to hold the controller like this. So between my knuckles was bleeding.
You
And
can
I was.
actually do. That's a weird way to use input, but as long as it works.
No, but it's actually really easy because, like, right? So, zoom, if you don't mind, zoom in real quick, right? So,
You want me to get an arcade stick for you?
I mean,
There's one right over there.
yeah, grab that real quick.
got you.
Oh, sure. It's like my method was I just hold it right there. So it's like it's minimal movement, so I could just do this.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying? Like it's mad easy. So even half the time, I don't even have to use my whole trigger movement. Thank you, appreciate you. No problem. All right. So my whole movement was simply this, and this was my method. Like I'm not to sound like an expert, but this was my method, right? So me putting the input was just simply a thumb flick. Right? So the first time I was doing all.
You were doing your movement.
Yeah.
Right? So this one guy I will never forget. Shout out to Cap, dude. I hope you're still alive, man. Like I was 14, like me and this guy, I was 14 or 15, and this guy was like 36. And like literally, if people saw me and him walk into the same arcade, everybody does this. Ah, shit. Because me and him had a rivalry. Flat out.
Right? And you know that the fight is going down because with Samurai Showdown, anybody who knows Samurai Showdown, anybody who knows me, any game that has a dog, that's my main. So Galfo was my guy. And the one thing I will never forget as a kid, that damn dog! Because my strategy was this. You could hit me with all the combos in the world. I will always interrupt your combos. Because I know I'm gonna get hit. Because the frames didn't match.
Yeah.
But before you get to hit me, I already made the command to have my dog reach out. So by the time you get halfway through through your combo, that dog is coming in and headbutting you and interrupting you.
Oh, he was reasonably zoned. Oh shit.
No, it's not zoned. I'm literally up on your face. So by the time you like, bam, bam, dog, stop it.
And then you can go for your loops.
So my strategy was simply this. Everybody was doing this. My strategy was keep it right there when I got older.
Huh.
Ah.
I've never seen that before, actually.
So that was my strategy. So a lot of times where somebody coming in and attack is just
Ah.
Okay, I can see that.
so a lot of times
Yeah,
I'll just
because
flip.
there's minimum move. You're doing minimum movement.
But a lot of my movement is either between I'm not using my whole wrist, but I'm
Yeah.
using my thumb to flick it.
Yeah.
That's
So
really.
that was my strategy back in the day. So I used to piss a lot of guys off back in those days. But
Yeah,
I used to do real money matches. Real money matches. You know
Oh,
what I'm
man,
saying?
that's awesome.
Yeah. I remember them days too, especially when I remember when Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate and Trilogy came out. They were at what's the name of the place? Like CC's Pizza, and me, a couple of my friends, we would go there and play, and some other dudes would come through and be like, "Hey, play me for Mortal Kombat, $5 game." All right, bet. And it gets heated to the point where we throwing hands outside of CC's.
That's the most
that's how heated it gets because
Such a Floridian sentence.
he talking shit, I'm talking shit, and what makes it worse, because I know you can relate to this. He's Jamaican and I'm Haitian. That's what made it worse.
I even understand this. Oh my god.
That is the war of the century, bro.
Yeah. So
Every Latino gets each other.
So when people ask me why I like Mortal Kombat so much, people are like, bro, I have so much history with that game. not just playing online, but playing offline and playing all the other different games, especially the arcade cabinets. Like 3 Ultimate and Trilogy were my go-to games for like cabinets. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'll play you in that game, and bruh, it was heated during those. It was heated during those days, man.
I feel like I dodged a bullet or I missed a golden opportunity at a young age.
That's why I'm like, with this new generation of young kids, growing up or whatnot, they don't
get to back up their words.
they don't get to
Yeah.
back up their words. Nah,
I used to hear this in Call of Duty and all this other games. I understand.
that's why it's like, bruh, offline,
F word. You like
offline, like playing against someone offline, like right next to them or whatnot, like. If you're not throwing hands in a game, you better be ready to throw hands in real life. Especially if you're talking shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, you don't want to be like a LTG and Viscount. You see what I did?
I remember. Yeah.
You see what I did?
Yeah.
Dear God. I have to look this up later.
Wait, you don't know about LTG and Viscount?
No, I don't.
Oh, you need to YouTube low tier god versus
Oh, I know about Leo Tier God, but I haven't seen that video.
Bro, that's what made LTG famous.
yeah.
I know that man was roasting like half the internet already, and he still is like,
Well, he's banned. I mean, right now.
Yeah.
I can smell debata. Like reading that shit had me laughing, but I'm like,
Do your research, man. He
Yeah.
made World Star, bro.
Yeah.
Do your research.
goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that just is what it is. You know?
Yeah, that's the great thing about fighting games is the rivalry that you have against other people, and then of course some of the heated moments where it's just like you looking at the person looking at you, and you're like, Are they gonna fight for real, or are they gonna fight in the game, or what's gonna happen?
I came up on that because, like I told you, bleeding, fingertips, bleeding between your fingertips or whatever, holding the stick the way that
Yeah.
you are, and you're
Yeah.
elbow to elbow. There ain't no
I know.
AC in this joint.
And you're just so
Nah.
close to somebody and you just can't like shove away or try to.
And that's why I have such a high affinity or a high love for Def Jam Fight for New York, because I played like when that game came out, and I finally got me a PS2, and I'm playing against other people, like whoever I can. Is just like, I want more games, and I'll play anybody. I'll play against anybody. Like that's and there were times where he's like, we would fight in the game and we would fight off the game. That's what I said. Like, if you're asking me what's my favorite game, I'm
Noriega trying to pull up the special move with the fucking.
Just play like sticky
hey, I had a
fingers.
very wild teenage years. That's all I can say. My teenage years was pretty wild, especially 16, 17, 18, 19. Wild.
What's your most underrated game?
Underrated game.
You next. I got something for you too.
Underrated game.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Underrated or underappreciated?
Underappreciated. Okay. I would say. Fuck.
Yeah, I got hard questions for y'all today. I came with it.
Because some of the games that I think is.
It's underrated or slightly like
I would.
popular.
I'm gonna just throw this one out there. Probably many people may not know of this game, but it was very popular back in the PS3 era. Resistance 2.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
Resistance 2. They fucked it up with 3, but Resistance 2 was the shit.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Underrated series. I'd say the Tenchu series.
The Tenchu series, yeah.
Yeah, like it was a niche group. Because that was like one of the rare stealth games you had multiplayer.
Oh my god.
And whatever weapons you use, you had to use them or you can pick them up. Oh man, I missed those classics.
Alright, you kind of messed my.
Yeah, I'm that kind of guy that plays random shit.
No, that's cool because I remember Tenchu. Tenchu actually was like one of my favorite ones on the PlayStation, to be honest.
Same.
It's fire.
Z was my favorite for multiplayer. Then the PS1 variation
know
was
what?
the hardest.
Fine. I'm a cap out on this one right here. No, hold on. You probably might not like my answer.
Go on.
The only Splinter Cell where they actually had a multiplayer.
You know,
Chaos Theory.
Yeah, where they had the multiplayer.
PS2. Chaos Theory for the PS2.
The one where like one team was like first person, and then the other one was like it was Blacklist.
Ah,
Oh.
Blacklist. Yes.
Blacklist.
That's not a
I
bad
thought that
choice.
was super underrated.
that's
Yeah.
not a bad choice.
Yeah.
That's definitely
yeah.
underrated.
Like that was like the last good Splinter Cell game, and we never.
Oh my god, I don't.
We
think
did get another one after that, but it was ass.
Yeah.
It was for next gen, but Blacklist for the PS3, Xbox 360.
Fire.
That is still such a good game to this day. Like if you can get that game on PC, like look up Splinter Cell Blacklist. That is such a good game. Like one of the best Splinter Cell games of all time.
And the last, where was it? Arkham. Was it Arkham Asylum where they had the multiplayer too? That was amazing too. That multiplayer experience was amazing too. With that. Arkham
Oh
Asylum.
wow. Herbs pulled out the SOCOM.
SOCOM.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of SOCOM. I have all 4 SOCOM for the PS2. SOCOM 1, 2, 3.
Biased though.
Yeah, I am.
He really is.
I played it all.
Yeah.
I've even played all of them on the PSP. Like I've played a lot of SOCOM.
And
because-
I've seen this man's collection briefly, and it's true.
SOCOM is fire. I can't even.
yeah.
Like this man had disc on disc on disc for every console working with.
And I'm a well, you already know I'm a huge music and a hip hop fan. Shout out to Royce the 5'9" and Slaughterhouse. Is this Voltron crew? It's whatever you folks want to do. We turn this bitch into SOCOM too. Bars. Like oh man. Like
Ooh,
dogs,
Assassin's Creed
like
Brotherhood
games
multiplayer.
like that is just like crazy. It's like even like, am I bad for like loving like going back to like the old school? Like I
No.
like the old NES games sometimes, man. It's like I like Flying Dragon.
We've had people that talk about the Sega Saturn.
You know what?
Fuck it.
I don't no fuck it. People don't talk about Sega enough. Why nobody is not talking about Sega revolutionizing the next era of video games? We don't give them enough credit for that.
You got a point.
Yeah, that actually makes
Because
sense.
I think
Because Outrun was damn near a 3D game before 3D games was out.
I think because the fact that
Like-
because Nintendo was still the go-to system up until Nintendo had a
But
competitor.
Sega ran the arcades. They got the coins
That is
in
true.
the machines.
That is true.
Let's knock it off. Why we don't give them the credit? But they were smarter than all of us. They were just like, well, you don't want to buy our consoles? Fine. We just make sure everybody else pays us. Nintendo, Microsoft,
PlayStation.
right? You feel what I'm saying? But nobody give. I really believe that people don't give Sega the credit.
That's true. No, you got a solid point there because you look
Dead or
back-
Alive actually was probably the #1 fighting game, at least to me, as far as mechanics is concerned. All right, yeah, Virtual Fighter, whatever. When Sega came out with Dead or Alive, oh, game was over right there. And Soul Calibur, we done.
Yeah, like Sega really did like
Yeah.
revolutionize things back in the days because you already know the beef between dudes that love Nintendo and then of course dudes that love Sega. It was ongoing.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, when I was that broke there.
50-inch screen.
And then growing up, like if you had both a Nintendo and a Sega, like you was balling.
Yeah, that's
You was
class.
balling.
You up
You-
class
you-
of society.
By the way, all you Street Fighter fans out there, hey, Super Street Fighter was better on Sega. Shut up. Mortal Kombat was better on Sega.
Wow, that's based.
Kayate.
That's
Aight.
based right now. I did not see that coming, actually. That's a jab, and I want to see people react to.
Tell me I'm lying.
Tell me I'm lying.
Nah, you definitely not lying about that.
that coming.
No, not at all. I'm literally
Yeah,
going through like
like-
the game list that Sega has, and I'm astonished.
But yeah, like Sega was like a step ahead of Nintendo, especially the Super Nintendo. But Super Nintendo was the thing that a lot of people wanted to get. But if you were really into gaming, Sega was the go-to.
Yeah.
Sega had the. Now, zoom in one more time.
Oh dear God.
All you people with the 6 buttons.
6 buttons.
Imagine you play a Street Fighter and you have to press. You only have 3 buttons and you have to use the start button to switch from punch to kick. If you can't do that, you could not play me a Street Fighter back in them days, bruh.
Oh my God.
Fuck with me. See what happens.
You know, Sega Saturn controllers are still a thing that people use. Fun fact.
You know what I'm talking about, right? That control configuration.
Nah, I've never heard of it.
Okay. So that's why it was awkward. Okay. So
Yeah.
let me give everybody some context here.
Okay, give us some context.
So if you're playing Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo, you had 6 buttons, right? You had the shoulder button.
Yeah.
So cool. In the Sega, if you were playing Street Fighter or the Super Street Fighter, right? The graphics was better. It actually played more real life to the arcade, right?
Right.
But the thing is that if you have to have a 6-button controller, right? So the way how Sega did it, because remember, Sega Genesis was only 3 buttons.
Yeah.
So literally, when you started round 1 fight, you had the 3
Look
buttons
at the
were punch
controller.
buttons. So if you had to switch and do the same combos, you press start and it switches the punch buttons to kick buttons.
That had to be irritating.
So when you actually threw combos, you had to do light punch, start. So you have to do AA start, bomb, AA bomb start.
Oh, that is annoying.
That's-
I would have walked away from the game if I had to go against someone like that.
I mastered playing that. I was actually good at doing that.
You're just like, get your popcorn, get your drink. This is gonna be a long combo.
Right, but I actually used to beat people. It was like, okay, here's a 6-button controller. It's like, you're gonna beat me playing the 3-button controller. You only got 3 buttons. Watch what happens. I used to throw more combos
Watch the mix.
than them. I was mixing them up, and they were like, yo, how you switch? You only got 3 buttons. How you? And I'm doing their combos way more effectively than they did, just because instead of everybody had their fingers up here,
Yeah.
this finger was actually hitting the start button.
You play controllers optimally than more people have back then.
Bruh.
Judas.
I mean, just look at it this way, right? If you want to
That's awesome.
if you want to make a way, you make a way, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Ain't
Yeah.
ain't Broly legs disabled?
Yes.
Doesn't he play Street Fighter with his face, and he's one of the?
Yes.
What are we talking about right now?
You're right. You're freaking right. I was just introduced to Broly Legs last year, like about him, because I was learning about fighting games. Because this is technically my beginning of my second year. Like getting into it. And I've seen Broly Legs play, and I'm just like freaked out that a man could do this.
And
still
he's
would not.
nice.
I gotta respect it. I gotta respect
And
the
he's
grind.
nice, and he's halfway just playing with his face. He's
Oh, yeah.
nice.
There's definitely no excuses for people that can't play games.
If you want it bad enough, you gonna do it. And you know what? Can we get a round of applause for Capcom?
I do it, Jim.
Do you know? Did you realize what it did with Street Fighter 6?
Street Fighter 6?
They made 2 variations, the technical and then the modern controls.
No,
Oh.
forget that. Let me take my hat off for this.
Oh dear.
They actually made the game that allowed blind people to play it.
Oh, because
Oh.
yeah, they have audio cues.
They have audio cues.
Oh, I did
Yeah,
not
I
know
forgot
that.
about that. That was my.
They got audio cues. So, like, the audio cues actually let them know how far the character is, when a projectile. They
That's gonna. Be,
I did not know that.
that's gonna be fun to like.
salute
observe.
to Capcom, man.
Yeah, they want everyone to play.
Salute to Capcom.
Yeah. Making it more accessible for more gamers that have disabilities, because we already have unique controllers for people with physical disabilities to play some of these games.
Yeah.
And now what you just told us, where blind people can play this game, that's game changing right there.
Right? I don't know how accurate it's gonna be, but I like
The-
the ambition and the thought in itself.
So there's actually a whole fighting game community on blind people. Fun fact. I was
Really?
also introduced to this by Herbs. I'm in their Discord. They talk about the types of blindness they have and like how their disabilities, how they can be better, improve, and even ask matches for people. And they have like their own league, and there's even a whole like tournament that donated to funds for these players and in these other like charities. It's a lot of respect, especially for Street Fighter 6 to do this and have more people like included. So it's not like inclusive; it's more exclusive for everybody.
Right. I have very high hopes for Street Fighter 6. I know it's going to be a really, really huge hit, especially here in South Florida.
Oh,
I
obviously.
already have plans for when the game releases to have a special event here at Flynn's for it. So
Have you played it?
I have not. I've played a very little bit of it when one of our players.
Parsec.
What's up?
Parsec.
Barosec?
Parsec.
Parsec? What is that?
I got you.
Should I be- Oh, Parsec!
I got you.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I got you.
I don't.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Anyways,
We'll talk later. I got you.
Anyways.
Hey, I got you.
so yeah, we have a lot of heavy hitters that plan on joining this event and people that we've met that are excited for Street Fighter 6 as well.
Yeah, because I really feel like the effect that Street Fighter 6 is going to bring to everyone, I think it's going to also give people that same feeling that they had when Street Fighter 4 dropped.
Yeah, you're right.
Because there's a lot of enthusiasm going towards this game. The people that did get to play the closed alpha saying nothing but high praises about the online. The netcode is stupid
Amazing.
good. Yeah.
Amazing.
The,
Netcode
the
is
character customization is a little bit cursed.
Yes. But
that's okay.
this is going to be looking like a very promising game, and I cannot wait for it. And
Well,
yeah.
it's 2 things I feel about it. I feel some type of way about it, right? Like, first off, I love the fact that they actually evolved the game where they actually went into the more realistic, well, not realistic, but hyper-realistic fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the artwork, right? It's way better than what they did with Marvel vs. Capcom
Infinite.
yeah.
Oh,
We don't talk about
Basura! But
that. Garbage
anyway.
is Spanish.
Yeah, no, I don't give a damn. But I love the fact that on top of that, aging the characters, great.
Yeah.
Great move, super good move. Finally, Ryu and Chun-Li got some gray hairs and they look beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Seeing Ken look like the vagabond that to me he always has been as far as his character development and actually looking like he's homeless and like the way how they developed Ken and his fighting style
Yeah.
it was long overdue.
It's nice.
The best Ken that they've ever put out there was Street Fighter Alpha 2. Sorry, Street Fighter Alpha 3. And sorry, I'm gonna be petty. Moment 37. We all know what that is.
Oh yeah, Daigo versus. Yeah.
Like, come on, Moment 37. Like that was the best Ken's. Yeah, stop shaking your hand. Whatever. You're a Chun-Li fanboy. Whatever.
Nah.
You just like them legs. But
Nah.
I do.
Moment 37. You stupid. Moment 37 is actually, it's like, that Street Fighter 3 is like, to me, I thought was Ken's best character design where he's actually more free flowing, where he just don't give a damn, you know what I mean? So like, to actually bring him the way that he is with the moccasins of Street Fighter 6, amazing. I think that character design for Ken was long overdue. But I do think Capcom cheating.
Cheating?
Yeah, because Ken now looks like Terry Bogard. Ken now looks like Terry Bogard and Garou.
Watch, it'll be a cosplay.
Yes or no?
Kind of does.
Kind of, sort of. Like they explained his story on why he looks like that.
Yeah.
Because he got framed by the.
Someone said Beguile though? I'm sorry.
I respect a drip.
Zoom in right here. Guile is Woody Harrelson, yo.
Woody Harrelson.
I don't care what anybody says. Guile is Woody Harrelson, bro.
But like they outdripped him like beautifully.
Yeah, but he's Woody Harrelson though. Bring Woody Harrelson and give Woody Harrelson a check, man. Next Street Fighter movie, Woody Harrelson, bro. We good. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. I love the realism. You know what I mean? And I love everything that they're doing with. I love everything that they're doing with Street Fighter 6. Honestly, I think Street Fighter 6 took too long to get to this point.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people, especially fighting game competitors, they want the next Street Fighter to be like launch in a really good state because we all know that Street Fighter 5 came out horrible.
It did.
It came out horrible. Not a lot of characters, not a lot of features. They had to patch it later in months.
They had to patch it multiple times.
Yeah.
I think their worst decision was Luke.
Luke is the worst decision?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a good take.
That's a hot take.
That's a super hot take.
That's
Yeah,
a
Luke is their
really-
worst decision.
Are you talking about for Strive or 6? Or 5 or 6? I'm sorry, my brain's...
5, Luke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because here's the last character they have for Street Fighter 5.
And they made him too OP.
Yeah.
Especially if it's projectiles or samples.
He has the fastest projectiles I have ever seen in any fighting game ever.
And then his DP.
Yeah.
He's
His
just
DP is trash. No, his DP is trash.
It's just ridiculously goofy.
But yeah, like people complained about Luke when he first came out, like, yo, he's like ridiculously overpowered. And then of course, he's also going to be the main character for Street Fighter 6.
That's a weird introduction that not many people expected.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just like introducing Alex for Street Fighter 3. What's the difference?
Point taken. Like, that's a really good point. Because they only introduced Alex briefly for Third Strike, and then everywhere else he's just like a side character.
And he's actually a phenomenal character.
Yeah, like, I've only seen very few people, like, play him, like, to the teeth. Like,
I mean, Alex is a grappler. Not too many people play grapplers.
true.
But Street Fighter, I feel like it's going to be a little bit different because there are some really good grapplers and really good players that can know how to use these grapplers. So, I think with Street Fighter 6 is going to be wait and see.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Yeah. But believe it or not, I'm actually more of a, at least growing up, I was more of an SNK guy.
SNK? Okay.
Yeah. So like one of the first games that I mastered was I probably mentioned before, Samurai Showdown. Like I was in love with Samurai Showdown up until Samurai Showdown 4.
Okay.
5 they ruined it for me. They ruined Samurai Showdown after.
Why was that?
They destroyed the mechanics. Like when the Samurai Showdown 5 came out, they destroyed the mechanics that made Samurai Showdown Samurai Showdown.
Oh, gotcha.
Like if it ain't, you know the saying. If it ain't
Yeah.
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, leave it alone. The formula works.
Yeah.
Right? I understand you want to add some things, you want to take a couple things away, but they literally redid the entire thing, and then they just no, leave it alone, right? So the last games that I actually mess with, or actually like I'm still supportive of, believe it or not, Street Fighter, King of Fighters, because I'm a King of Fighters guy. You know what I mean? I was with the Fatal Fury days.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I followed Terry Bogard and Andy Bogard since Fatal Fury. You feel what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Damn, Street Fighter. Oh, Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear. I was there from Guilty Gear 1, man.
Oh yeah, Varxis. Wait,
I was there from.
are you
Guilty
talking
Gear.
about like Guilty Gear 1 or like XX
the
or the
original?
Oh shit! You're talking about before they updated like 5 different times to what we call as plus R.
Ah.
Yeah, because there's X, there's XX, there's XXX. And
I'm talking about the first time you saw
Jesus
Guilty Gear.
Christ.
I've been there. I was there. I'm that guy.
Jesus. Yeah.
I was the one that was playing Wu-Tang on PlayStation. I was playing that Wu-Tang fighting game, sir. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
You're the first person I heard to say that.
Yeah, I was there from Guilty Gear 1, sir.
I put a little tear down my eye. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm
That's
that
old school.
guy.
I respect it.
I got dust on me, man. I'm trying to graduate to mold.
Have you played Strive, or what are your thoughts on Guilty Gear Strive?
Once again, I appreciate you. Because I did not know that they actually had the crossplay beta on Xbox.
Ah.
Trust me, I went dog shit ham over that weekend. And by the way, anybody who's playing me on Strive Online or anywhere else, my main is Giovanna.
Oh god, you're like the third Geo I know.
I like Giovanna. Other than that, I'm a Faust guy.
Oh dear god, you're the second Faust I know. Actually, fourth, technically.
Damn, I'm one of your ex-girlfriends? Jeez, treat me like that.
No, I have a lot of rivals. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, you're cute, but Jesus Christ, bro.
I'm adorable.
Why you talking to me like that, man? Show me some respect. God damn it.
So I'm cracking up in the comments because you're asking why no Soul Calibur?
Huh? Why not Soul Calibur? You know what?
No love for Soul Calibur.
Actually,
I
I agree with that. I agree with that. Soul Calibur was trash after Soul Calibur 2. Sorry.
Damn.
You know, that's a hot take. I mean, 3 was one of my personal favorites.
Same.
But then when it came to like the last installment, I felt like it was oversaturated.
3, I think they put too much into 3. Now, I love 3,
Oh yeah, the GameCube edition was awesome.
right? But when you start adding in extra characters and start taking away from certain mechanics of the game, is
Yeah.
where I have a problem. Is I have a problem with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, to me, when Soul Calibur came out, and here's why I say Soul Calibur 2, there was another game that was out at the time. I forgot what was the name of it, but it was exactly like Soul Calibur. But the only thing is that one slash you're done.
Bushido Blade is what that sounds
Yes. Yes.
like. I've never played the game, but I know enough about it because that's like
Hey.
punishing.
Play Hellish Court, and you'll understand why I love Bushido Blade.
Oh goodness gracious!
It's punishing.
I might
as
get Bushido Blade as well, just for the hell of it.
try it. Because when you realize that one wrong move and game is done, you're gonna look at button mashing differently. You can't button mash.
Lord, but
You gotta think about, just like in real life. Hey, you threw the wrong punch.
you did.
Yeah.
Hey, you're talking a lot of shit over there. So, man.
Yeah, with Soul Calibur, the last installment, I think it's been long gone because Bandai Namco, they really just don't want to touch it.
I think Bandai Namco has messed up a lot of titles. Another hot take.
Oh no, I actually agree with this. You're right.
Bandai Namco has tried to turn everything, especially if the name Bandai Namco does some things very good. But the second I see Bandai attached to it, guess what? That game is gonna be a cheesy arcade game after a year or two.
I can see that.
Shenmue,
Shenmue, yeah.
Ooh, wow.
hot take.
You're the second person that mentioned this.
Shenmue 1, great. Shenmue 2,
I feel like you saw the show and you're just like, this is trash.
Okay then.
But Soul Calibur, it definitely feel like it's very. They had like a few guest characters here and there. The customization is very nice, but the game overall, it still feels wonky. I mean, there is a small competitive community for it,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's going to expand, in my personal opinion. I do respect the community, though.
They should have focused more on Power Stone than that.
I agree with that. I messed with Power Stone.
I never touched Firestone.
It's one of those goofy arena fighting games.
By the way, if you go on YouTube, check out ChannelForbus on YouTube. I actually have a beat that I actually made off of that soundtrack.
Okay, that's cool.
By the way, actually,
Ooh.
my bad. By the way, I actually miss where video games actually had like a more focused soundtrack. One of my favorite video games back in the day, believe it or not, was Battletoads, just because of the pause music.
Huh. That's a new one. That's a whole vibe.
Now, if you actually go back when they released Killer Instinct,
Oh yeah.
the Ultra for Rash, if you actually really pay attention, it's actually the pause music
Huh.
for the
Seriously?
original Battletoads.
Interesting.
I
didn't even know that.
Go back and look at it. Go back. You go on YouTube. I dare anybody here in the chat room who's checking this out, right? Or anybody who's actually looking at this. Go and look at any video of Rash's Ultra, and you'll realize that the timing is literally the pause music for the original Battletoads.
That's a whole vibe.
Did not know that.
The more you know.
So what gaming? All right. So when it comes to like gaming soundtracks, because I want to explore a little bit deeper on this one.
Ooh.
Which 3 games have really good gaming soundtrack?
Assassin's Creed #1.
Good points.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, screw that because that's a cheat code.
-1.
No, because anything that is produced by this guy is god level. I forgot his name real quick. But whoever produced the Assassin's Creed soundtrack, I think he also did the one for Metal Gear and a lot of Prince of Persia too. The dude actually does movie scores. But Assassin's Creed soundtrack, Assassin's Creed 2 soundtrack, the like specifically that one is probably one of my favorite
Oh
ones.
yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
classic.
Halo 2, which is probably by the same guy too, but amazing.
The last one.
That's always pressuring.
Def Jam, Fight for New York.
Yep.
Yep. That's a
Yep.
great one.
Because I mean, I'm a hip hop head, like duh, right? Damn, that's hard. You know what? Forza Horizon.
You know,
Really?
that's the
Forza
unique-
Horizon is how I discovered the Arctic Monkeys.
Huh. That's
Arctic
Cause I
Monkey.
go crazy, cause here is where I wanna be, and I go.
you just got a vibe. Like
Well, I never played Forza because I'm on PlayStation.
Dude, one of the radio stations. That's how I found out about the Arctic Monkeys.
wow.
The silver lining, Lone Ranger cried into an
Wow.
open space in
I-
my mind where she's not right there
I'd
beside
be
me.
down.
I go crazy, cause here is where I wanna be. For real.
That's a whole ass vibe.
For real. Like, I'm all about different kinds of music, and like when I hear something I've never heard before, I'm like,
Like this is gonna be bangers.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw in a good fourth. All of Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
The radio stations are always bangers.
Yes. Can't go wrong with that.
If you go in Forza and you go in Grand Theft Auto, you're always gonna find something new. And to be honest with you, Grand Theft Auto when it was in New York, guess how we found out about Uncle Murder? Anybody can get it, and I don't got a problem taking care of the witness. Now, if you don't know who Uncle Murder is, he does the wrap-ups, the yearly wrap-ups now.
Oh.
The hip-hop wrap-ups.
I'm like,
Nah.
I'm drawing a blank in my mind.
Nah, he does a wrap-up every year. If you look up Uncle Murder wrap-ups, he started off from Grand Theft Auto soundtracks. And,
Huh.
and this dude is like damn near a staple in hip-hop. every single year, people's like, "Are we gonna get another wrap up? Are we gonna get another wrap up?"
Interesting.
And he
I
talks
never
about
knew that.
everything, man. I think the most famous one we talk about, yeah, I can't say that on here because we go get canceled. But that one line he said,
There's a soundtrack I'm gonna have you look up later. The Afro Samurai soundtrack for the game. RZA. RZA's the one that runs it.
who you talking to?
I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure you knew about that.
What if I told you I have that whole entire? You know what? I'm gonna fight you. Watch this.
What did I do? What did I do?
I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. You talking about the Afro Samurai? Talk to me about Cowboy Bebop, motherfucker. By the way, I have the entire DVD collection and both movies. What's good? What about the Samurai X? I actually have that whole series.
You have
and,
Samurai X? Holy shit.
I
sucks at Rurouni Kenshin.
Hey, YouTube.com/ChannelForbus. I actually sampled that soundtrack too. It's on there. You actually get the making of that beat too. What's good?
Oh my god, I gotta watch that later. I know what I'm doing later. I'm low key hyped.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta make sure. I'm like, I don't know if
You wasn't expecting this energy, but yeah.
I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it.
Hey, R.I.P. Al Mitra Algernon. Still in package, Record of Lotus Wars. Knock it off.
Oh, my nostalgia. Because I feel like my dad remembers this shit too.
Hey. Robot Hunter Kashawn, what we talking about? Robot Hunter Kashawn, bro.
Oh my god, I feel so old.
Hey. You know about MD Geist?
I don't actually. I love that look. You're like, shit.
You know my most dangerous Geist?
No.
You miss it.
Neither do I.
What? Oh, now you. All right, so you'll excuse on that one. It's just me. That's actually a very good one. If you check that out, fire. MD guys. Robot Hunter Kashawn. All right, so we know about Tekka Man.
Tekken?
No, Tekka Man.
Tekka Man.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Well, that character is actually in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. He's actually in there. Yep, he's one of the characters in there. Tekka Man. They call him Techno Man in some place in the U.S. They call him Techno Man, but it's Tekka Man over there. Tekka Man. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, fire. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, one of my favorite 3D fighters, Rival Schools. I mean, come on, Batsu, man. Batsu, like, come on, man. Dude, I'm on that. I tell you, I'm a fighting game connoisseur. Hey, I don't call these names out of nowhere. Obviously,
No, no.
You have a reference that I'm shocked.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I am like drawing blanks in my mind as you're,
Wait.
naming these out. I'm just like,
I'm thinking, and I'm just like, wow, I'm so like in a different spec.
Hey, you could Google them. Like,
Wait, bro, how do you feel about the Jet Set Radio like soundtrack?
Amazing for its time. I think it was needed for its time. And you know what? I think Jet Set Radio, at least for that time,
It was very unique, like the EDM house kind of vibes.
I love Jet Set Radio because it was for the first time where Japanese producers actually tried to show Japanese culture.
Yeah. Then
And I wish they put out more games like that. Not just because
Bro,
as soon as you say
Bomb Rush
samurais and stuff like that. Show me the modern culture. And Jet Set
Bomb
Radio.
Rush City.
Huh?
Bomb Rush City. It's a predecessor of Jet Set Radio.
Okay, so
It's coming out soon.
okay, so good. I got something to look forward to. But I wish that they put out more games.
Yeah, I think they're got the same like music style going on.
I wish they put out more games like Jet Set Radio. I enjoyed Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, it had a lot of freedom and
I enjoyed Crazy Taxi,
yeah,
Ooh.
I love Crazy Taxi.
right? Even though they're more based in San Francisco, but I would love to see more. There was actually one game I've actually been hunting down for the longest time, and maybe you guys could help me out. It was like a police game, and they dropped it for the first Xbox, and you have to
True
chase
Crime in New York City.
No,
Damn.
no, it was in Japan. It was strictly in Japan. It literally was based in Japanese culture.
Nope, never mind. I'm thinking Chinese culture was just sleeping
No,
dogs.
no, like, but Jet Set Radio, like, going back to the point, I wish that Japan released more games that actually based it in current Japanese culture. Even though there are, there's this one Ghost game that's coming out pretty soon. I think it's out already. I forgot what's the name of it, but it looks pretty damn dope. But I actually want to see that's actually set in Japanese culture that has nothing to do with ghosts, goblins, demons, or something like that. Just show me something that
Like a tour, like a...
yeah, like introduce me to your stuff, because Grand Theft Auto, you get to know Florida, you get to know New York, you get to know California, right? You got Splinter Cell, you get to see France, you get to see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all these different unique cities and places.
Yeah, so, and like Hitman, Jesus Christ. Like the speed run, I've been watching Hitman speed runs. That's actually my guilty pleasure right now. Like the speed run
just
competitions
really
on
like-
Hitman.
That's so funny.
Flicking crazy, right? But I would love to see more games that come out that actually is based in Japan, that's been told, with these stories being told by Japanese people. Stop with the traditional stuff. Show me what it is now. Show me your hip hop culture now. Show me your family culture now. Show
I
me
say
your
the
street
same thing with
culture.
medieval games. Because there's just a lot of, like, big-ass monsters and just a blonde-haired guy with a big-ass sword fighting creatures to the death just to save the princess and some shit.
We've seen that for
Yeah.
the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Give me something else.
Yeah,
man.
give us
Especially,
something new.
Like the Game Awards. I still can't forget how lackluster it felt. Also, shout out for Elden Ring winning. I'm sorry, Herbs.
Elden Ring's the shit.
I don't watch award shows anymore, man. It's like, it's not even just like in video game awards and stuff like that, but it's just I like me, mostly like my primary goal is music, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And even music is just, it becomes so saturated. It's like, stop pushing this narrative. Why are we not giving the underdogs any credit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I said, I mentioned the dishwasher. Both of y'all looking at me with blank stares. That was one
Yeah.
of the most amazing games, right? Shank was
Oh,
very,
I
I've heard
yeah,
of
I
it.
played Shank.
I know about it, but I haven't played it.
Shank was super. You could agree with me. Shank was super underrated.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? I was hoping they would make a Shank 3, because Shank 2 was perfect.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo,
look it up now.
give people more credence to actually go. But even though I'm actually, I'm really trying to be very hopeful, because now that they dropped the Unreal Engine 4, have you seen the demos of the Superman game this guy made by himself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of it.
Holy crap. That Superman game will probably be the only good Superman game.
Yeah.
If they ever
Because
drop
there's
it.
only
Yeah.
been like 2 that have been relevant. We don't talk about the
No,
164.
I'm talking about the only good,
Good one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because both of them were
know.
both of them
Yes.
were trash.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember the first Superman game they released in the arcade, and I walked away off of my money. I'm like, I ain't playing this crap. Trash.
I played the one on 64, and I've also played
Same.
the one on Xbox.
All right? But
Cringe.
I'm waiting for what these Chinese developers are going to do with the Unreal Engine, because there's one that's coming out. I forgot what's the name of it. I think it's Lost Souls Aside.
Ah, I've seen gameplay of that.
look good.
That shit looks good.
It does.
Bro,
It does really.
this will probably be the only time I will either spend $2,000 on a computer or buy a console, because that whole dragon concept,
Yes.
and that dragon is his weapon.
Yeah. Like, give us something completely unique that hasn't been done before. Yeah, because we're for us that are, up in age, gaming for so many years, we've seen all the
Transitions, the transgressions.
Yeah.
We've heard all the stories
generic
before.
shooters.
yeah, it's been done before. It's like we want to see something new, unique, and done right.
So now you actually mentioned that, because now you're saying that we up in age here. Good. I like that you mentioned that. What do you think about these video games actually being created as movies?
Oof.
It's good.
Oof. God.
All right, I would say the last one that I experienced would be God of War Ragnarok, and
No, like where they actually did a full-on movie with it.
Assassin's Creed was trash. I'm so sorry.
oh, like video games that become a movie.
Right.
Oh, okay, all right. So with that,
That's-
I would say the only one, in my opinion, that I feel like they have done it. They've done it right and stuck to the source material because I'm big on that. Is Sonic.
You're right.
Sonic is the only one that they have done it right and they're sticking to the source material.
And you know what?
I haven't
Sega
seen
listens
that
to the
one yet.
fans too. It's really great.
I haven't seen it yet.
But other than that, some of the other previous video game movies, dog shit, trash, horrible.
Assassin's Creed was one of the worst ones I've seen. They like
I've seen that movie. It was terrible.
I love the placements, the setting, but I just hated the fucking plot.
You're gonna hate me, but you're gonna love me at the same time. With
Go
my
on.
answer.
If you say
Okay.
Super Mario Bros, so help me.
Nope.
Thank God.
Mortal Kombat.
Do you know which one we're
Wait.
talking?
The Mishima version.
Oh, the fan-made version. That was really good, actually.
I've never seen a fan-made version.
So, generic Mortal Kombat universe, like the actual fight choreography was perfect on point. Even the fatalities, they had a different story for each variation of the characters. Like Reptile fighting Johnny Cage and killing him. Reptile looks like a whole reptile. Like it looked realistic. Mm-hmm. And I wish they made more of this, but I know exactly what you're on about.
So this is what I loved about Mortal Kombat. They didn't. So I know you're big on.
I'm big on Mortal Kombat, yes, and I've seen.
No, you're big.
You'll
on,
love it.
No, you're big on sticking to the original lore.
Yeah, and the source material.
They went completely off of it,
Oh yeah, they went off the rails.
Oh,
but they made it logical,
They made it made sense.
okay,
right?
yeah.
So, Reptile was a baby that was deformed to where his skin was almost inside out, so it actually formed scales. Cabal was a doctor that went mad, sharpened his teeth into fangs, and surgically
Implanted.
implanted blades and stuff like that.
Huh.
So even though you had the different realms and stuff like that, they didn't go as far as like, oh, there was this.
And they showed these fights like actually happening.
But you probably love this more. Guess who was Jax?
Don't know.
Spawn.
Yeah, Keith David.
No, Michael Jai White.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah, good pick. Good pick.
I'm low-key pissed they didn't continue with it.
That is a good pick.
Michael Jai White was Jax.
Yes, and
That is a really, really good
plus the
pick.
Kano lore actually made sense.
The Kano, like but let me tell you something. The last episode they did, in the first season, they did a CGI Sector and Cyrax. Trust me, that fight scene was.
It looked good.
Incredible.
Damn, I gotta see this.
This is
And
something.
then
I'll
the
send you a
second
link.
season, they did a whole lore
Wait, there's
on
a
Kung Lao.
there's a second season.
They did a whole lore on Kung Lao and Liu Kang in the second season.
There's a second season. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, but after before they deleted the channel. But yeah,
Ah, shit.
yeah, they
Gotta
did.
find a way to pirate that
They
bitch.
did. Oh no, you can find it. You can find it. I'll give you links.
Sweet.
I got you. But yeah, but yeah, they. So not necessarily a movie, but even Street Fighter they did better.
Yeah.
Did you see Street Fighter when they dropped Street Fighter 5? That same group did Street Fighter. They had Laurel versus Ken, and then Nash came in, and it was Laurel. Yeah,
I gotta see.
Machinima is very.
they did it right.
This I gotta see. Because I had my thoughts of the last Mortal Kombat movie,
Trash.
and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
wasted my time
haven't
and my
seen
money.
it, but I've seen a couple scenes, and it's just like, wait a minute. So Jax lost his arms, not by Goro. I'm not watching that crap. Got it.
Kano carried.
Now the cartoon that they dropped,
Yes.
that was fire. When Johnny Cage jumped off and threw the two movies.
You know, I never bothered watching the cartoon, like the animated series. Was it good?
You should watch it.
Better?
Yes.
What?
Okay, I want to make sure.
Wait, do you watch animated series at all? All right, hold on.
Oh dear lord.
Where you find this guy, man?
I don't know, man.
We find this guy.
At a convention.
You don't. You find this guy? Yo,
Yeah,
you,
that's actually true.
you watch animated series?
Yes, I have like so many. I have 30-something anime tattoos. Actually,
You said you have dirty something. Yo, you watch?
20-something anime tattoos I've seen
Yo, you wash your arms, bro?
often.
Okay.
Sometimes the tattoos just don't come off.
Yeah, like when I watched that Mortal Kombat movie,
I didn't know.
I was bitching a lot rather than enjoying the movie for what it was, because I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. This don't make no sense. This is stupid. I hated the movie from.
The only thing that I liked from the previews that I saw was the fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I think that was
Scorpion's Revenge?
If you're, yeah, you gotta watch that.
Okay,
That was fire.
I'm gonna watch it later.
That was fire. That was fire.
I said the only thing they need to do for the next Mortal Kombat movie, kill off this fucking character named Cole. Kill him off.
Or just say he's in vacation or something. He could
Well,
fuck
yeah,
up.
that was the other thing too. Who the fuck is Cole?
Exactly.
They added an original character.
Is his last name Slaw? Because this ain't make no damn sense to me.
No, it does not. It doesn't go well as a dish either. But like, ex-MMA fighter failed the uppercut. His signature uppercut finally gets it. I'm just
Well,
like,
that's cool. Name him Johnny Cage for crying out loud. What the
this
hell are we
is
talking
bullshit.
about?
Yeah.
No, man. But like but trust me, if you go back and you watch the Machinima, right? The old YouTube channel. It
Yeah,
doesn't exist.
Machinima, yeah.
Right.
Oh man, I used to watch the Sonic
Go
for Hire
back and
series.
you like the channel doesn't exist anymore. I don't know why, right? But if you go back and you find, as a matter of fact, they actually have rented on YouTube the Street Fighter one on YouTube,
Oh,
right? And that was the only Street Fighter movie that they actually made it gave it justice, which is the origin of Ryu and Ken. And then they did it.
I fucking remember it.
Good.
It finally clicked.
Good.
Because they talked about the scene of how they learned Hado.
Right.
Yes, I remember this.
So that was fire.
I
but-
was never in Street Fighter, but watching that was so fucking cool.
Right, and then when Street Fighter 5
Oh
came
my
out,
God.
they did Street Fighter.
It kicked in.
They did Street Fighter Resurrection or whatever it is, and that's where they actually based it around Street Fighter 5, and they actually did a good job with that. They
Oh
only
my
did like
god,
one
Machinima
episode.
was those motherfuckers
Damn.
that did it? Yes, you definitely need to watch it because it's actually something I just remembered.
And they did a good.
Yeah, because they showed Dark Ryu briefly. They showed like Ten truly doing Shoryuken. Like these scenes were nicely animated CGI. Like, oh my god, Forbus, you're a fucking genius. I just remembered this shit.
Going around down the list of who came was like, yo, who the hell is Dan? Like they literally put those little cue points in there. It's like, yo,
Those little
who's
Easter
Dan?
eggs, those little jabs.
Like, who's Dan? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then, fun fact, Dan is probably the most overpowered character in Street Fighter 5. But
You're gonna start fighting. You're gonna get people fighting you for this point.
yeah, what's good?
But I do know about the Danfinite.
Shit.
That was the funniest shit I've ever watched.
Dogs. Right?
Because they just showed it, I think last year that somebody did a Danfinite and got banned from a tournament.
Dan is crazy.
That's the most base thing I've ever saw.
dog, and it's shout out to people who could actually pull that off because that's a lot of inputs.
Yes.
The same input for like 30 seconds. That's pain.
Bro.
That's why everyone should get a hitbox.
Bro, if you ever played the original King of Fighters 98,
Oh no. I tried.
okay, that's why I came from. Trust me, that's a lot of inputs.
It's like playing King of Fighter, like the latest one. I
15.
I can't even play it.
Because there's a lot of inputs.
Oh my god, it hurts my brain just thinking about it.
Oh no, 15 I think actually has less inputs than
I'm
13.
sorry. What? That hurt my brain a little bit.
Really?
I think so. Have you ever tried the trials? I might be wrong on my numbers. Is he a 13
I mean-
or 14?
There's 15 that's out now, 14, and then 13. 13 was the last one that I remember playing on the PS3, and I actually loved that one a lot. And then now I played a little bit of 14, wasn't feeling it. 15. I haven't given it time to
This new one,
judge it.
From what I've looked at it,
Plus, there's no
I think
rollback.
it's less inputs.
Huh. You know what's sad
Really?
still? SNK has not really done much, but they're slowly feeding us.
Okay, so which one of you guys have ever played Garou, Mark the Wolf?
No, I have never played it.
Okay. Have you guys ever played any video game that includes Rock Howard?
No.
All right, I can't.
I'm one of those people that like just got into fighting games recently.
Oh, you suck.
I know. So far. So far.
You feel me? Because Rock Howard has a pretty much a 23 button input for a 15 hit combo
Shit.
that takes about 45% of your life
Shit.
if you execute it correctly.
Forgot,
And
I learned that from Garou Mark the Wolf when he was first introduced.
Dang.
Shit.
That hurt
Yeah.
my brain. 23 inputs for 15 hit combo for 45% damage.
Yeah.
Here, you need
And
my
you gotta-
you need my new snack box.
No. Nah, you good.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Samurai Showdown 4, you would actually like. I think you. Well, you just got into fighting games. You would actually
I
appreciate
do play
this.
a Sam show. I dabble with it.
Okay, Samurai Showdown. Is it 3? Actually, it was
I never played none of the Samurai Showdown.
I played the latest.
Samurai Showdown 3. So we talk about the arcade, old school arcade, like how we missed the arcade
Yeah.
games, right? So back then, the money bet was not whether or not I could beat you. The money bet was how fast I could kill you, right? And my money bet was whether or not you could last 10 seconds.
Damn.
Oh shit.
That's savage.
That's
No, that was the money bet. The
That's
money bet,
hell.
can you stand in front of this little kid for more than 10 seconds in one round? That was the money bet.
Oh my god. I can imagine the inputs.
Well, the inputs was simply this, because every character has a confirmed combo. The confirmed combo instantly fills your gauge. The second you actually, it's a 14-hit combo. Every character has this 14-hit combo, but you have to execute it perfectly. But you have to land the first hit and be able to fully execute the entire combo, right? Once you execute that combo, your meter is full. The only thing that matters after that point is when they get up, can you confirm the next hit
Interesting.
as soon as they get up? So if you get the first time, you in. Now, that combo takes about 6 to 7 seconds.
Jesus.
So you got 3 seconds to finish the job. No, that 3 seconds is whether or not you fake this dude out or not. And that was up to $200 bets.
What?
Do you last 10 seconds against this guy?
That's nuts.
That throws me off too.
That is nuts.
Yep.
It's weird that somebody mentioned Marvel versus Capcom. Dear God.
I mean, we said something about Infinite, but it was like
Yeah,
ass.
Infinite is trash. I mean, the best Marvel versus
Infinite 3
Capcom.
is probably the best one since it has rollback as of now.
No, the best Marvel versus Capcom is
Or
Marvel
it-
versus Capcom 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, hands down. Fight me about it. I don't care. Marvel vs. Capcom.
I don't play Marvel. I don't even play the game.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The hidden characters, the a lot of Easter eggs. The only thing that they could have left out of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was Shadow Lady. She could have been completely left out. That game would have been perfectly fine.
Understandable.
Some of the other characters was kind of cool, like Venom, the Iron War Machine and stuff like that or whatever. But at least they actually put those guys in with certain flaws.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you understood what those flaws were, you're cool. Glitches aside, like freezing the game with what do you call it, Psylocke, whatever that pirate lady. is,
Yeah,
you know?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so aside from that, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the greatest. They could have just left that Shadow Lady, and that game would have been perfect
Yeah.
to me.
I agreed.
You know what I mean, Killer Instinct. Yeah, we spoke about Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct. Yeah, like, hey, go do your research, man. Killer Instinct. Rash's Ultra is the pause music for the first Battletoads. Go back and look at it. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. As a matter of fact, when they actually introduced Killer Instinct and then when they introduced Rash, they actually pointed that out. Hey, his Ultra is actually the pause music for the first Battletoads.
That's good to know. Man, due respect to cameos.
Oh yeah. I do gotta ask you this though, and that is, what are your gaming pet peeves?
Something that bothers you could be offline. online.
Well, technically, we actually talked about this, right? Motherfuckers that just talk shit online and just don't fucking back it up. I miss the
Not
days where
one
you
bit.
elbow to elbow, sweaty, and you gonna be talking that shit. You gonna be talking,
And you just like want to go at it.
right? Go at it. But if you want to talk about pet peeves about gaming, teabaggers.
Sorry.
We know quite a few.
Y'all teabaggers over here. Let me tell you something, right? Remember I talked about my 10-second bet?
Yes.
Let me explain to you something. Here's why I don't respect you teabaggers. Hold on, wait. Make sure you see my face. Hey, teabaggers. Here's rules about teabagging. Okay? There's something that we like to say back in the day called FTJ. You know what FTJ stands for? Finish the job. If round one starts and you start teabagging, your mother can't give you the ass whooping better than I can past this point. Knock it off. And just because you happen to be better than somebody, don't really give you the right. And to be honest with you, a lot of you guys that actually do teabag, remember when you turned the console off? Yeah, I just hit that guy with a double perfect and I teabagged him. You just hit the down button a couple times. When that console turns off, your life still sucks.
Holy shit. I love this.
Just saying. Teabaggers, you'll just knock it off, bro. I just think it's silly. Like, that was the people I don't respect. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? Sorry to get that rant off, but yeah,
you're good.
that's how I feel about it.
I think we got some guests. I'll go handle it. Waluigi, we're down to pet peeves and closing remarks.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah, what else pet peeves do you have? Like anything you hate online, story-wise, game?
Story-wise, I just wish that more people actually be more creative with the writing, to be honest with you. I miss when games actually cared about the writing. As a matter of fact, I miss when games actually cared about the gameplay.
Yeah.
There has been at least 5 games in your lifetime that you've played where the game isn't the best graphically, but you enjoy playing the game because the game felt good playing.
Like you appreciate the story.
You appreciate the story. Not only that, like you appreciate how
Like you feel like you're
doing something.
Yeah.
You're accomplishing something.
Yeah.
I miss when developers actually cared. Because right now, these days, and I think a lot of times with the best way I can actually break it down, I hate that a lot of this is actually being made a lot easier. I love the fact that games are a lot easier to make, but I hate that games are a lot easier to make. Because the
Yeah.
fact that games are a lot easier to make, I think
feels
people
like a
actually
carbon
put less
copy.
care into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I miss when shit was difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it took time and
It
then
took time, it took effort. You are not creating this unless you actually gave a damn and care to.
Because people take years building a game and such. Or now so you just say this took a couple years, but people used to talk about it take 5-6 years.
Oh, by the way, Lost Souls aside, you know that was one guy, right?
yeah.
Okay. You know what? There was one game, man. I wish that this game actually came out, but he actually dropped the project. Drunken Lizard Games. No Heroes. First-person shooter is actually the best first-person shooter I've ever seen. That actually
wow.
should have came out. It used to be on Steam. He actually threw out a demo, but it never got approved and stuff like that. And
Oh,
then-
that's sad.
Yeah, but like he actually, you being in the military, you being a, you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. You're in the military too?
No,
Okay. Thank you too, though.
you're welcome.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Appreciate that.
You know what I mean? I give credit where credit is due, but you could appreciate this. Imagine playing Call of Duty and he actually pays attention to a 45-degree iron sight.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have a sniper rifle. All the other games is like, okay, you either shoot off the hip or you go through the scope.
Yeah.
He actually paid attention to the sniper rifle. You can add a 45-degree iron sight
Yeah.
for
Huh.
close range. That's what he pays attention to. Bullets, he actually pays attention to density of buildings. So you could get shot through a building.
Huh. It's been a while since
That's
I've heard
how
about
much detail he pays attention to it.
Yeah. Very few games give, that attention to detail when it comes to certain games, especially like your open world games or games that are not open world, but are like semi-open world.
But this is he said that he actually was trying to put an alternative to Call of Duty out there. And then on top of that, he added parkour elements to it. So imagine Mirror's Edge crossed with Call of Duty.
Sounds like Titanfall a little bit.
Yeah, and that one game.
Titanfall. I miss Titanfall.
Yes, we did.
You know
We
what?
all do.
There was a. There
I'm
was
gonna throw it
a,
up there. That was my the biggest disappointment. That game was so amazing. Titanfall 2, the story.
It was a
yeah, I love Titanfall.
I
too.
say it's ahead of its time, and then they just dumped Apex Legends with it, but that's not
Yeah.
important.
There was another game. Brink. Another Brink that was
Oh,
on. Yeah, I remember that.
You just hurt my feelings right there.
Brink. I remember hearing about that game.
He said, bro.
Yes.
Nah, bro.
A first-person shooter game with parkour elements. Oh, I remember that game. That game was.
I'm gonna go bootleg that game tonight, bro. Holy crap. That was fun. Microsoft, you didn't hear that. But God.
Microsoft, you didn't hear about?
oh my God!
Great
Brink was-
concept, but the execution when the game came out, it was bad.
But the gameplay was fucking amazing. That whole game was amazing.
Pain.
Because I remember during that time, you had a lot of games that were being made around the PS3 and the Xbox 360. They were all trying to dethrone Call of Duty, especially after the success of Modern Warfare 2. You see all these other shooters
Yeah.
trying to emulate Call of Duty instead of being their own original game. And I think the only game that was like a good competitor to them was Battlefield with Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
As far as multiplayer, as far as a shooter comparison, because I got one more game I could throw in the ring. It wasn't a multiplayer.
Oh.
I forgot the name, but that was where. Oh my bad. But that was where homeboy used to be drinking all the time. I used to have a leash to pull guys in.
Bulletstorm.
Bulletstorm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That game was amazing.
That's from Epic Games, Unreal. It was a part of. They also had a reference to Gears of War having a Lancer.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Unreal. I know you dropped the new Unreal Engine 4. Can we get another Unreal Tournament game? I think it's overdue. Can we get because Unreal Tournament 3 with the football, the Unreal version of football, we missed that. Bring that back.
Oh my gosh, I forgot
Please.
about that existing.
Can you guys agree with me on that?
Oh yeah, they're on Unreal Engine 5.
The Unreal version of football was great. Forget like my favorite version of Unreal is where you had the ball and you had to get the ball through the goal post. I missed that Unreal because that's what Unreal was fun because it wasn't about killing people no more. You actually had to work as a team. Unreal, can we get Unreal back, please? Can we get an Unreal game? You got Unreal Engine 4, it looks amazing. Fuck that. I want an Unreal game. Come on, what's up? Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament 6. Jesus
Wow.
Christ, I want that back.
Unreal 5 is out right now. They're on the 5th installment.
Wait, when it release?
This year, I believe.
You gonna make me go home and actually turn on my Xbox and knock the dust.
Because I don't know what games are now on Unreal 5, but some of them look
You
beautiful.
gonna
They're coming
you gonna make me sound like Chris Tucker and Friday. You gonna make me knock the dust off that book. Damn it. That's just how I feel about it, man. So that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this is it's actually been great.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
fun.
man.
I really hope to be back because you got some research to do and you got some
I
research
know.
to do.
Yeah.
So
I gotta look back.
we got to arm wrestle next time. Oh, by the way, I still want my smoking Tekken.
Even though I don't play the game anymore, I mean, I'll play it. But
I mean, you already smoked my ass in Mortal Kombat, all right? But hey, I'm not a hater. You smoked my ass in Mortal Kombat. I still want my Tekken smoke though.
okay, that much I'll do. I'll do.
You know what I mean? Guilty Gear's coming soon. I gotta sharpen up. You know what I mean? But I still want my Tekken smoke.
Yeah, I'm trashing Guilty Gear.
Yeah, I'm the friend that plays Guilty Gear.
Oh, so I fight you. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Me specifically.
I like it.
So, channel, where can people find you on social media?
All right, so just like it says on my hat, by the way, if anybody wants a hat, feel free to holler at me. That is ChannelForbus, channel as in you change your TV, Forbus. At that anywhere. As a matter of fact, I'll go as far as to tell you, Google me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Conor McGregor, what you say? Google it. All right, cool. So yeah, Google me, ChannelForbus. anywhere, every single platform. I am ChannelForbus everywhere. Feel free to check me out on YouTube. I'm an artist. I am a producer. Your general troll on Twitter. You know what I mean? Same issues is out right now, and I do actually help a lot of people out here. You know what I mean? So feel free to ask any questions. Jump in the DMs. Ask me any questions at me. I am not shy. And, you know, that's it, man. So thank you guys over here. Thank you to Waluigi over here. You know I'm a trolley with that shit every now and again.
I know, it's funny.
Okay, there we go.
I need someone to throw me off. I have a lot of people throwing me off, so it always
there
makes
you
me
go.
up.
Shout out to Silverback Senpai. Hey, shout out to Flynn's Arcade for actually hosting us over here. It's the gracious people over here, you know what I mean? And, you know, shout out to everybody here, man. I think everybody is enough space for everybody to win, and everything that actually comes with conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, like, unless you talk, you will never understand. You feel what I'm saying? So, thank you guys.
Waluigi, any closing remarks?
Thank you so much for being here. Had a lot of fun. The energy, especially to battle rap some earlier. I love having your energy here. Definitely waking me up, and now my body's shutting down after being up for almost 17 hours. But glad to be here on another episode. Hopefully, we can see you in the future.
Oh, you will. Trust me.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, by the way, I've been thanking this guy all night. Yo, thank you for looking out for my nephew, too, man.
I appreciate that.
Know what I mean? Now, every time my nephew comes down here from out of town, I always bring that kid. Actually asks for you every.
Oh
single
my
time.
heart, that's actually adorable.
No, he actually does ask for you every single time. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh,
So, man, yo, thank you for that, man.
That's
Not a problem.
That's awesome.
I do what I can.
No, what I mean? Silverback Senpai for the kids, people. He better than Wu-Tang.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, this concludes episode 71 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast channel. Thank you again for being our guest. This was long time overdue. We were supposed to have him since last year, but
I got COVID. I wasn't interested in getting you all sick. I'm sorry, man.
We're definitely glad you're alive.
but hey, we got him here and he's live, bringing you guys some entertainment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And for those that are listening or watching, of course you can listen to the full podcast episode on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, or just Google South Florida Gamers Podcast. You'll find us. And then, of course, video playback will be available on Facebook and YouTube later on throughout the week. So thank you again, channel. Thank you again for being our guest.
Thank you so much.
And we will see you guys on the next one. So y'all stay classy.
Peace.
Thank you. Wait. You can't end this without me giving you a plug because I've been making fun of him.
What do you mean?
So, Wax a bite!
I was not ready.